Hi, Flosstube friends. How are you? I've missed visiting with you. Today is August 31st. It's a Tuesday. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Daleen, and this is my channel where I talk about cross-stitch and quilting and sewing and some crafts and my grandbabies, food, always food, and what I'm grateful for. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I've missed you. I've been gone a while. Okay. All right. So here's what happened. Last video in July, my hair was done, my makeup was done, and Mr. Wright said, "Hey, let's go out for dinner." So we got to go to our favorite Mexican place for beans and rice, my favorite, and it was a delicious meal. We're super happy, and then we stopped at the pet food store on the way home to buy a new comb to use while we're bathing Miss Maisie, and then on the way home, we were in a terrible car accident. So, and of course, the person had no insurance and no license and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so it took us a while to kind of rebound and get well. So I was pruny from taking so many jacuzzi baths, and I laid on the biomat every day. And of course, I took my Rust Tox poison ivy to help with my back and aches and pains, and used an infrared wand and anything I could think of to get healthy. So it took 2 or 3 weeks, which time it takes forever. Anyway, so I'm able to stitch again, so that makes me happy, and we're both doing okay. The grandkids came to visit, so that made us really happy. So, oh, anyway, before I get started, ooh, I have my favorite drink. If you came over to visit, I would have it in a nice glass, but I have to have a lid with all my stuff. This is my favorite. It's an Arnold Palmer. So it is half iced tea and half lemonade. So it's a really, really tasty treat. And then if you come over, I'm sharing lemon butter cookies. Ooh, can you see them? I'm not taking the plastic off because I'll want to eat one. It's sort of a cross between a shortbread cookie and a really soft lemon cookie. Okay, it just screams summer. Oh, I'm out here on my front porch, and I thought we'd give it a try. I don't know how loud or noisy. I can hear a train. I don't know if you can hear the train. The smoke is pretty well cleared. We had a huge fire at the end of our street, a processing plant for Alaskan seafood. So it not only smelled like burned building, it smelled like stinky fish. So anyway, okay, so we're doing better. If you drive by my house, all of the front porch is painted white, but if you come inside the front porch, you get to see that it's stenciled. It says, "May you touch dragonflies and stars and dance with fairies and talk to the moon." And then behind me over here on this one, it has all of the names of our grandchildren. So when I sit here in the front porch with my rocking chair and a good book, or just to relax, have a popsicle, I'm kind of surrounded by goodness, and I get to think about my grandkids. And the ceiling is beautiful. The ceiling is painted haint blue. And what if I move this? Are you going to get car sick? I don't know. Can you see it? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's haint blue. We got to visit Charleston, South Carolina, back in the early 80s, and I remember seeing the front porches, and a lot of them had the ceilings painted haint blue, and a couple wives' tales that if it looks like the sky, so spiders wouldn't build nests, and also keeps the bad spirits away. So I'm all for that, both of them. So anyway, it's a really beautiful place. It's a perfect place for a fern. The air goes by on the side of the house, and the fern just loves it. So we always have a front porch fern hanging there. And anyway, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So come on over and have some cookies and an Arnold Palmer, and we'll get reacquainted. So anyway, okay, so, the grandkid visit was so good. Okay, their parents came too, but we got to play hopscotch, and we got to, go to the zoo, and we also got to, I'm distracted. Sorry. I saw somebody walk by. And they probably think I'm crazy. That's okay. We got to go to the zoo and we got to go to parks and ride bikes and build Legos. And we made pasta and we made cookies. And it was so fun. They're really good kids. They're fun to be around. They're really intelligent. So it's funny and fun. And anyway, it does your spirit good. So I highly recommend the Grandkid thing, even if you have to borrow some. Okay, I have my list because I'm kind of out of practice. So, oh, one thing I went through. I mean, I wasn't able to sit and stitch very long to begin with for the first 3 weeks after the car accident. So I was trying to answer all the questions. Look, and so I wrote down a few questions that people asked. So I thought I'll go through a couple questions right here, and that will help fill up the video. I only have a couple cross stitch things. So anyway, all right. So let's see. Okay, oh wait, I have it right here. What was the nail polish that I wore in the last video? Okay, so I don't know my glasses. It's called Londontown Illuminating Nail Concealer. There you go. And I won't repeat myself a million times. I promise I'll link the things below, whether it's a Flosstube maker or the nail polish or what have you. And so I promise I'll put it below in the drop box. Underneath the video, you can just scroll down and I'll put the products down there or the links. And so you can go right to them. Okay. In the last video, is the backsplash in your kitchen tile the same as the tile around the fireplace? No, it's not. That I painted stencils. I took a piece of pottery to the store, and had them match the same blue as my Polish pottery so that we wouldn't have a lot of colors kind of fighting each other. And so I got two colors, the main cobalt blue and then a kind of a little turquoisey color. And then I bought a stencil and then I painted that whole backsplash. So anyway, thanks for asking. What kind of hoop do I use? I stitch in hand, and I don't use a hoop or Q-snap or anything. Here's the thing about the needles. Okay, so I thought maybe while I was talking about the stitching, I bought a little package. I think it was about $7 at Acorns and Thread, and I bought it with the ball tip needles. I'd never used them before. That was October 2018. I'm still using the same two needles. I thread two needles at a time while I'm stitching a bigger area, and I'm still using the same needles. So I'm very happy with the ball tip needles. Are you a vegetarian? Well, not really. We're plant-based eaters. So once in a while we grill some fish. I'm from the Pacific Northwest. You can hear a angry crow. Yeah, we do eat fish once in a while. How long have you cross-stitched? 42 years. I started when I worked at a fabric shop, and one night we organized, vacuumed, tidied everything, put all the patterns away, and me and another lady were walking around the store just looking at stuff, and I said, "Hey, what's cross stitch?" And she said, "Oh, maybe I could teach you sometime." I said, "Okay." And she goes, "No, how about now?" And so we just bought this little kit, and she just said, "There you go." Her name was Isolda, and she was left-handed, and so I crossed my stitches the other way, so that's okay. So that's how I learned. There you go. Do you use a stitching lamp? What kind? Yeah, I do. Okay, it's called the Bright Tech Light View Pro 6. It has a big, heavy wheelbase that I can move, and it has a light that comes down with a magnifier, so I can open it up. I can look through with a magnifier if it's a smaller count or if my eyes are tired, and then you can adjust the light for kind of that more of that blue light or like a warmer light. And I got it on Amazon, and I kind of think I paid about $120. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll try to find one that's like it or similar, and then I'll link it in the description below. Okay, there you go. There's all my questions. Okay, let's talk about a previous finish. I did some of those. I tried to keep up with the common threaded stitcher. One of the question was, which stitching piece is the most meaningful for you? Okay, so I brought out, and I don't know about the glare here. Okay, oh, there you go. We have an American flag flying. How about if we tip it? Okay, and that might be the best you can get. Anyway, this is the Jane Pattison sampler from Shakespeare's Peddler. I love the border. That's my favorite. That's my favorite part. But this one is called Georgina Thompson. That's my husband's grandma. And I changed it with her name here. She was born in Scotland in 1895. I put 8 Ord Street in Aberdeen, Scotland. That's where she lived. And all of the right here, all of the small letter alphabet I changed to the initials of her 13 grandchildren. Mr. Wright's initials in there. Then down here at this cartouche, I put the 6 initials of her children. And I added when she got married in 1914 to James Smith Wilson right here. And then I added my name over here. So I took, and I think I changed the color of this thistle to a rosy or red. I think it was cream. It didn't, and I just liked it more balanced with a little bit darker. But anyway, yeah, it's the most meaningful piece. There's an envelope on the back where Mr. Wright has written down all the names of his cousins, all the grandchildren, all the adults, where she lived. And actually, thank you to one of the viewers. She lives in Aberdeen, Scotland, and she sent me pictures of 8 Ord Street. Isn't that amazing that we're kind of tied together by Crosshatch? But anyway, and so I put those in there too. So it was a wonderful piece to stitch. I love the frame. I did have this one framed, and it was really fun. It's really meaningful. It's a really nice piece to have in our house. So yes, I changed a lot of the names, but I did write a thank you note to Teresa Vignette, Shakespeare's peddler, who designed this piece. I told her that I switched the names out, and I did write Jane Pattison's name on the back, and that she was the girl that that this name was on there to begin with. So giving credit there. Okay, let me put that down. A little bit overcast today. That's kind of nice. It's been so hot this August. My garden has kind of, I don't know, it's kind of struggling, and I'm just watering every day. I'm just drinking in the water, and we could just really use a good soaking. That would be great. Okay, let's talk about a fully finished piece. Like I said, I didn't feel like stitching, so I had this box that I bought, and I think I got it at the craft warehouse. Yeah, and it was unfinished wood, and I paid $2. So I just took an afternoon and painted with just a little tube of, $1.99 from one of the craft stores. And then I took some black shoe polish after it dried and rubbed it all over it. So kind of gives it that wax seal look. Oh, I made a little strawberry that hangs out of it to go with it. That's kind of fun. Oh, there's already dog hair on it. Sorry. And then I stitched this piece, and you can kind of tell it's kind of puffy. It's a little bit puffy. I keep a couple of old thimbles in there and some buttons and some needles. And this piece is a Blackbird design piece called, hold on here. It is called Flea Market Souvenir. So I used just a scrap piece of fabric. It looks like 32 count. And I used this part of the pattern, just that one part. And then I didn't add the alphabet. I added my initials and the year 21 on there. So you can kind of see it. But so yeah, it was a fun piece to do while I couldn't really sit and stitch. It was driving me crazy. So I had to do smaller, shorter things. Well, I got better. Anyway, okay, so this pattern is a Flea Market Souvenir. I'm going to share it. So I hope I remember to say it again at the end of the video, but if I don't, okay, sorry. And leave me a healthy tip or suggestion of wellness, health, anything like that. I'm all ears. So just leave me a comment below, and I will share that. I'll tuck a couple extra things in the envelope, and I'll give that away to somebody. So that'll be a good thing. But so that was my one fully finished piece this time. I know it's rude to drink on camera. I really want I want to just like have a drink of that lemonade. I love that. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna share that. Oh, you know one thing I forgot to show you. My grandkids came to visit. My friend Barbara gave me this bag. Isn't that cute? Oh, I got to visit with Barbara. She'd moved to Utah and came back, and we got to go have a little coffee and pastry, and then we went to a quilt shop, and we went to a yarn shop and a cheese shop. It was really fun. It was so fun to see her. One of the things I got while I had made while the grandkids were here is I had one of these tiles made. I have a whole little section where I keep pictures of the grandkids, but there they are, hopscotching. We were all playing and taking a turn, and it's really kind of fun. I had such a good time. It was wonderful. I just listened to everything they said, and I loved it. It was so good. They live in California, so it was really fun for us to get to visit with them. Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what I want to do is I want to share a couple new floss tubers and two of my favorites. So, okay, a new floss tuber. Okay, they're sisters. They're called the Bougie Stitchers, Nancy and Jennifer. They're from Wyoming. They've been stitching since December 2020, so they're pretty new, and they're happy and upbeat. And you know how sisters can be, going back and forth. It's just a delight to listen to them. They're funny. You kind of just giggle along with them. They have a lot of projects to share, and then I guess they thought they were supposed to make a project bag for every piece and a project roll. So they have a lot to show you that they've stitched and sewn, and they are really fun to listen to. So if you need a new one to listen to, the Bougie Stitchers, go tell Nancy and Jennifer I said hi, and I think you'll really enjoy your time with them. They're really does your spirit good, makes you laugh, makes you smile. They're the good ones. So. Okay, the next one I have is Samantha, and she is the Hygge stitcher. She's really got a great smile and kind, simple spirit. It's just really lovely. It's a feel-good video, and she's from Winnipeg, Canada, so she's got that cadence in her voice that reminds me of Mr. Right. So of course I love listening to her. But she does Nora Corbett's. She's doing some of those reindeer ones with the beading on them. They're really, really pretty. And I think she's doing the Hawk Run Hollow piece. So anyway, go give her a look. You're going to really enjoy her. Then I just stumbled upon Chantelle. I think it's called Demling. She's the 141 Design Company. She's new to stitching about a year ago, and she and her husband own a woodworking place. And then also she's starting to make some like frames where you take the frame, and then she has a wood piece that goes over it, and then you can put your piece inside of it. It's really clever, and a lot of those Chelsea and Priscilla pieces she does, and you can put that right in there. Really happy, cheerful pieces, and she's really starting to get a lot of holiday things. So I think you'll really enjoy it. A lot of great ideas and finishing ideas. And anyway, if you get a chance, go give her a look. Okay, my two that are my favorites. I kind of got out of the habit of doing that. Okay, one is Kristie at Crosshatch Quilting. We've become friends. That's why I started making videos. She's kind. She's got a really good spirit. She's intelligent. She's really crafty and talented, gifted quilter and cross stitcher. She inspires you to try new colors, try new ways of doing things. Some of her pieces are take your breath away. They're so beautiful and big, and um, I don't know. It's really fun. We talk about dogs. We talk about food. This is why I started making Flosstube videos. My life is better because I've met people like Kristie, and um, she's a gem. She makes my life great. So anyway, if you get a chance, Kristie, the Crosshatch quilter. And then my other one that is just made my life better is Kathleen, Kathleen Trodden Trail. She's funny and she's smart, and she's got a real open mind, even though we don't agree on everything. I don't even think identical twins agree on everything. We agree on enough, and we love talking about chickens and raising chickens and cross stitching, and we talk about the differences in our religions and cross stitch and quilting. And she does some beautiful things. She's fun to listen to. She makes your heart and soul feel good. She inspires you. So definitely, if you get a chance, go check her out. And Kathleen's Trodden Trail. And like I said, I'll link everybody below, I promise. Okay, so the month of August, I don't study an hour every morning. I've kind of done a couple days, but I really try not to. I try to take 1 month a year off. So, okay, this is the book I'm reading. I only have like about 20 pages left. Catherine Coulter, one of my favorite authors, really FBI thriller. I love a good murder mystery. So if you need a good murder mystery, here you go. Here you go. It's a good one. She's a really good author. Good author. Oh, one of the folks that left a message, she asked me if I had read the 10 Essential Herbs. And yes, I have. I reread it. I dog-eared pages. I highlight things. This is an excellent book. This is well worth your time. I've learned so much about how to use herbs for health and wellness, and it's just for your everyday use, first aid or traveling or your dog or your kids. And it really good book. Okay. Oh, I forgot to bring one part out. Oh, okay. Here is my favorite book in the last 6 weeks. This is my favorite book. That Cheese Plate Will Change Your Life. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Okay. So before Mr. Wright comes home, 2 or 3 times a week, I try to have a really beautiful appetizer plate. She has gorgeous pictures. Gorgeous. Look at all of these. Okay, and then, but the trick about this book, she numbers it. So you do a crunchy and a soft and a savory and a sweet. And so you can just put together beautiful, beautiful cheese platters. They don't have to be, it can be vegetarian, vegan cheese. It can be prosciutto, or you can use cucumbers. You just make it the way you want. But one of the things that I do is, like, if you're going to somebody's house, now that we're visiting, okay, so I forgot to bring it out, but you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, one of the hardware stores, and you buy one tile, $1.99. Put some little plastic feet on the back, wash it, and then use that tile and build a beautiful cheese platter, and take that as your hostess gift, or to go visit with your sister and have a cup of coffee, and you make it into a little breakfast bagel platter. $1.99. It's a great idea. It's really fun. It's fun to make. I've made some small ones. You can use flowers. She talks about garnishing. She talks about using cheeses and fruits and vegetables. And okay, I was so sad when the grandkids went to leave that we tidied up and did some laundry, Mr. Wright and I, and then we went to a little town nearby, and we got to have brunch, and we went shopping, and I bought this book to make me feel better, and I haven't stopped using it. So, it is by Marissa Mullen. I highly recommend it. Really a fun book to read. Okay, let's see. Well, my current work in progress is, okay, hold on. Let me get that pattern. Look at this. Look at this neat bag I got. It's little garden angels. Isn't that the sweetest thing? My friend Linda made this for me. I don't know if I was supposed to say her name. I forgot to ask permission. I always forget that part. Oh, and also she made a little thing to hold my thread on the inside. I can't remember what you call those, but they're nice. So I'm not wearing the thread. I just put the little pieces on that. Okay, so the book, or the piece that I'm currently working on, is Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring. Another Blackbird design, just like that flea market souvenir one was Blackbird design. But this one has been really fun. I started it a while ago, and then I kind of put it down. And when I felt up to stitching again, I started filling in. So I've gone all the way around the border. I almost have all the leaves done. And I haven't put any of the initials in. I do have 4 birds at the bottom, and I'll put my grandchildren's name, initials at the bottom. And then, I think up here, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, I put the date in there. I've run out of baked apples, so I'm waiting for some more baked apple. I don't know, it's kind of dark. It's kind of cloudy. I'm happy. Sorry. It's probably not the best video, but I'm really happy that it's not 100 degrees. Okay. Anyway, this is what I'm working on. So you can tell I stitch right to left from I fill in that way. Yeah, it's a little bit wrinkly because I do stitch all of it in hand. And it's just been a real pleasure to stitch. This is my favorite part of stitching right here, right now. You're kind of in the thick of it. You can't really see the end yet. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You've already got all your supplies. Well, I ran out of the one, but you have all your supplies. And I just love being in the middle, the meat of the cross stitch. It's the best. It feels so good. You can just pick it up and stitch one little motif if you want, or 1 or 2 letters, or you can, sit for a couple hours and stitch. So this is a really beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm really enjoying it. It's a good one. I highly recommend it. I love this one. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, okay, so when I wasn't stitching too much, I kind of went shopping a little bit online. So I have some things to share. All right, so normally I don't share so many things, but yeah, I got some things to share. Okay, first of all, ooh, look at this new quilt pattern. Oh, it's called Moon Wake. And the gray, they had me at gray. I love stitching, quilting with grays, different grays. I bought, I think, 4 different grays when I was at the quilt shop, and it's just fun to collect them and fun to get it going. And I enjoy that. Okay, I bought Ann Webb by Across the Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I love the goats that made me laugh. But I love, is this called a comb? I think this is called a comb. I love the way that you can put your pattern and it's not this huge piece that's a little hard to manage. I am falling in love with this. I feel like I'm going to take every book I bought and go to Kinko's and have them put the comb on there. It's really a good idea, really. Anyway, this one is Ann Webb, 1829. Let the beauty of what you love be what you do. What a nice thing. It's got all the things. It's got everything. The red and the flowers and the trees. I never stitched a goat in a sampler before, so this will be my first time. Okay, the next one. Ooh, I got this one. It's called Frances Poole by Brenda Gervais. And it's a reproduction sampler. She shows you the original on the back, and then this is what she has made. I love the colors. It was kind of a green-red kind of thing, and then up at the top it has these kind of goofy squirrels that kind of made me laugh. Anyway, it's so pretty. I think it's going to be really beautiful. I'm happy about that. Okay, so I got this one back out, and I kind of think I showed it before, Twin Peak Primitive, and it is One Nation Under God. It has 2 ladies and an eagle. It says 1776, a couple of flags, some butterflies. It's really beautiful. I just really feel like I want to stitch something patriotic. It's going to be between this and I ordered the Heartstring Samplery Beth Twist. I ordered her A Plant of Rapid Growth by George Washington. And I don't know, but one of those I'm gonna use to start for a patriotic start. Okay, and then this one is called Catherine Armstrong, 1856, and that is a beautiful sampler. It has big, fat, luscious bouquet in the middle. It looks like a little bit of berries, maybe with some flowers, and then 2 other flower bouquets on the side. Of course, the the alphabet and her name. Um, I think the striped rose, Michelle. I think she just started it, and it is really. It's just so feminine, and it's just you almost want to say glorious. It's just so pretty. Obviously, it was stitched on really thin. You can kind of see through the weave of it. So, and I bought one or two pieces of fabric to kind of try it out and see which ones I liked. So anyway, I'm pretty happy about that. That's a pretty good thing. So, yeah, I ordered the kit from for a plant of rapid growth, the fabric and the pattern and the floss. So I'm excited to get that. That's putting things together. That's not my favorite part. And so to splurge a little bit and buy the whole kit is really a lovely thing. I'm really, really grateful. Okay, let's talk about what I'm grateful for. One of the best things about summer that turned out the best was a beautiful window box outside the kitchen window. And I planted geraniums in it first. Then we got our 112-degree weather and they kind of burned. I replanted geraniums again, and they're looking gorgeous. They're a beautiful blush pink color, and every time I'm doing dishes, I'm looking at all the colors, and it's the perfect place for a window box. I highly recommend the kitchen window box while you're doing dishes. So I'm grateful for that. That's really good. Okay, I'm grateful for my biomat for helping me get well and heal and feel better. And my back is not screaming, aching, and I'm not as grumpy as I was. So I'm very grateful. I'm sure Mr. Wright's grateful for that too. He got well, but I was less grumpy. So I'm grateful for the fresh garden produce. I did a batch of yard sauce this morning. I have so many tomatoes. I did really well with the San Marzano tomatoes this year, and of course, cherry tomatoes. Sharing them with everybody, all the neighbors, people at Mr. Wright's work. Everybody's getting cherry tomatoes. I've gotten some great cucumbers and lots of zucchini, of course, but blueberries and basil and celery, and it's been a really good year. I'm really glad it's cooled down because now my tomatoes. I cut back a lot of the leaves, about 30%, and then all of the tomatoes are exposed so that they can ripen, and they're coming on really well. So I'm very happy about that. Ooh, we got to go to the beach this past weekend, the ocean with the dog. She loves to dig to China. She's just digging away. She just loves digging in the sand. It's like a little trenching machine. She's so happy. Oh, I am grateful for the ball tip needles. That was one thing I wrote down. Still using them since October 2018. I'm grateful that I got to make pasta with my grandkids, and they were so happy that they got to use knives and wear aprons and help and do all the big adult things, and they loved it. And that was the best. I loved sitting in the evening time. We got to sit out in the back porch and we made s'mores, and they laughed and they couldn't believe they got to hold their marshmallow and it was on fire. It was really fun. You would like them. They're great kids, and it was really fun to make s'mores, and everybody was sticky and messy and in the best sense. It was wonderful. So before I go, I want to say God bless the Gold Star moms and Gold Star parents. God bless our country. And I'm praying for our country and those military families every single day. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I've missed you. I'm glad I'm feeling better that I could go. I don't recommend car accidents, big ugly car accidents. I do not recommend those. No, they hit you from behind and you're nervous Nelly after that. Everybody coming up to you. Um, I want you to come over. Come sit on my front porch, and we'll have a cookie and something to drink, and it'll be good. We could maybe sit and stitch, or just forget the stitching and just sit and talk and chat, and it'll be good. We'll laugh. We'll do our spirits good for each other. So anyway, thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope all is well with you. I wish you all the best of all the good things. I'm glad the hot summer is over, and I'm glad I can see fall right around the corner. So we'll chat soon. Bye-bye.